Mr. Shantanu Dixit, I think, has covered nearly the whole spectrum. Okay, about how the billing is done and all that. Okay, so I'm wondering whether any questions will be still there. I think one of the point which we have observed, okay, in the whole this one is that the method which was used by all the utilities for calculation is based on that average billing for the earlier 3 months, which is as per the electricity rule. Okay. However, what has happened is there have been some cases where, especially these small galas, etc., shops, okay, where their shops were totally closed. Okay. So what happened is that their consumption was zero. But what has happened is that utilities have gone based on the consumption of the earlier 3 months. That is the earlier 3 winter months, where there was some reading. Okay, whatever is there. So this is what has caused a problem in their this one. Whereas in case of a residential, we find that there is no such problem. Okay, because people have been at home and all that. So that is this one. But for these people, especially the people shop this one people, where the reading was really zero. Okay, because the shops were totally closed. Same thing went for the industries also. The industries were also totally closed. Okay, but still they got charged based on the average reading. Okay, now this is the area where they had genuine grievances. Okay, whereas for the residential, because that explanation was not available earlier, how the calculation has been there and all that, what Mr. Shantanu Dixit has clearly explained, how the calculation has been done. So there was a lot of doubt in the people's mind, and when the bills came, there was a hue and cry from everybody saying that my bill is high, my bill is high. It was definitely naturally, the shock is definitely there. But I think if all of you go to the links which Mr. Dixit has given and look at that, how the calculation, he has already explained. This will be also there. And if you start calculating your reading, then it will be quite all right. Because we have also seen that the cases which came to us, and when we check with respect to the calculation, which has been given in the website, and then we could convince the consumers that whatever this reading they have got is a correct reading, and there should be no problem about that. Okay. So any other questions are there, we will cover in the Q&A.
Okay, thank you, Shinoy sir. Those who have such kind of issues like the commercial billing issues, so they can write to us at foundation@moneylife.in, and we'll take these issues with the regulators or the concerned electricity service providers. Shantanu sir, do you have any comment on this, the commercial billing aspect?
No, not really.
Okay, so we'll take up the questions. As I said earlier, we can take up questions in English, Hindi और मराठी. जिस भी भाषा में आप बात करना चाहते हैं, सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं, तुम्ही तो प्रश्न विचारू शकता. There is no issue on that. So please start the questions.
Just one request. You'll have to raise your hands. There is an option to raise your hands in Zoom. So please use that option. And also, we won't be able to take questions regarding your specific bills. So we can take that up over our mail, but for now you'll have to pose any generic questions you might have. So first is Mr. Akshay Jangam. Mr. Jangam, you can pose your question.
Yeah, good evening. I just want to understand which all the instruments or what are the things by means of which we can minimize the household bill on a regular basis. Which all the instruments fetching the more power in the regular day-to-day use. Just want to understand on that part.
Essentially, highest energy consumption appliance in the house is air conditioner. So to the extent that we can minimize use of air conditioner or switch to a more energy efficient AC, to that extent our consumption will reduce. Second significant appliance is water geysers, water heaters. So if you are using electric water heating, then that causes significant electricity consumption. And next appliance is typically a refrigerator. So these are three primary appliances which consume lot of electricity. And for reducing our electricity bills, we should definitely focus on these three appliances. The other is, and especially during summertime, ceiling fans becomes the fourth appliance which consumes a lot of electricity. And again, because of this lockdown scenario, if people are staying at home for longer period, then using some appliances in kitchen or television sets or computers, so the consumption of these appliances will also increase, especially during this lockdown period. But under normal circumstances, air conditioners, geysers, and refrigerators. So these are three main energy consumption appliances.
Thank you, sir. So I think
I will just add to that. Okay. Can I speak? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Any equipment which is basically uses basically heating equipment, which this one, that is what is the main consumer. You see, like Mr. Dixit said, okay, air conditioner is one, which consumes high electricity. Your microwave oven, your refrige, this thing, all such thing which is basic, or including your electric iron. Okay, anything which is basically consumes heat, okay, is the one which is the main consumer of that. That is what I think you have to keep in mind. Thank you.
I am Advocate Salim Sheikh from Pune. I want to ask one question to Mr. Shantanu Dixit sir. You have explained too many things. These were good, but these were too technical to understand for a common man. So I want to have a question to Mr. Dixit is that when the business establishments, commercial establishments were closed, how come average bill has been sent by each power company so that citizens are panic? So how do we solve this problem at larger interest? Please explain.
Yes, certainly. Maybe some of the terms that I used or calculations that I shared were too technical, but for common residential consumer, just validating three things from bill would be a significant step forward. That is whether meter reading is correct, whether earlier payments are correctly accounted for in the bill, and whether there is any areas that are still pending in the electricity bill. So that will give a very reasonable sense about the accuracy of the bill raised by electric utility. So that is about the first part of your question. Now the second part is about what happens to industrial or commercial consumers and their billing. Now, as any commercial or industrial consumer would appreciate, even though there is lockdown, there is certain cost that the utility also incurs. For example, in terms of maintaining manpower, ensuring that there is electricity purchased and sold to large number of consumers. So even though there is lockdown, some industrial and commercial consumers are not consuming, the utility is incurring significant expenses, and those expenses need to be recovered from consumers. Now what happens in case of industrial and commercial consumers is, for these consumers, proportion of fixed charges is significantly higher compared to energy charges. So they may feel that they are getting higher bill even though the consumption is very less. But there again, MERC has given a directive that the average bill should be raised only based on 10 to 20% of the average consumption, not on the total annual average bill. So I think based on this, even commercial and industrial consumers would be getting a bill which is not as high as what would be otherwise in terms of average billing month, but significantly less than that. But still I agree that for these consumers, when there is no business, there is no revenue happening during lockdown, these bills appear to be onerous or high bills. But I think like all sectors of the economy are suffering. That's the brute economic reality of this lockdown scenario.
Yeah, so I have a question. It says that, see, now the dispute is all about the kind of the bill that is coming and everything. So in my commercial enterprise, I have got an energy meter which is IoT enabled, and I get a bill by email every day and a monthly total. I'm going to put that into my residential. My question is, if I have the exact live readings of my readings, will the provider hold it valid even and I show the proof of a dispute? Will it get hold valid, or they will say, no, we don't agree to your metering or anything of that sort? This is just a simple plug-in energy meter which is IoT enabled. It talks through my home Wi-Fi router, and I get a this kind of services are available on commercial, which I use. Now it's coming into residential. Question to Shantanu is, will the service provider accept it in case of disputes? Thank you.
No, as per the law and even as per commercial practices, any meter which is used for billing has to be certified and approved by BIS mark, ISI, as well as Central Electricity Authority. So if these are meters certified by that, then the consumer has to approach the utility and I'll take their permission authority and then deploy these meters, and then probably utility will allow this kind of metering. But I just want to take this opportunity to highlight one more feature that at least MSEDCL and many other utilities in Maharashtra have provided. Even during this lockdown period, when meter readers were not able to visit individual households, utilities send message to consumers saying that you can take photograph of your bill and upload it through their app, the mobile app that they have put on the they have made public, and that meter reading will be considered while billing. And there are about 60-70,000 consumers of MSEDCL who actually took advantage of this mechanism, took their own reading, submitted it to MSEDCL, and that was used for generating bill on the basis of actual meter reading. So this could be one way of going ahead. Second part is many utilities themselves are installing what you just described as smart meters, where henceforth once the smart meters are deployed, which are calibrated, tested, approved by all regulatory authorities, then I think this kind of issues about incorrect meter reading or meter reading not being available will be will reduce significantly going forward. And many utilities in Maharashtra are in the process of deploying this kind of smart meters.
Thank you for that, sir. So we'll take a couple of questions from chat also, which we've been receiving. One question is from Mr. Suneet, who is saying, even though our house in Pune is vacant since several months, we are receiving bills of around rupees 700 to 800 every month. So what should we do to get this reversed and rectified?
As I said, it would be difficult to go into analysis of individual bills, but you can check whether the meter reading is correct, whether all tariff components are correctly provided in the bill, and if there is anything which is not logical, which is incorrect, then as I mentioned in my presentation, you can approach call center of MSEDCL. If you don't get any resolve, or you are not able to resolve your grievance, then you can approach Consumer Grievance Redressal Forum and lodge a formal complaint with MSEDCL.
Can I add something here? Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, if the premises are totally locked for so many months, and if they are still getting a reading, okay, they are getting a bill which is more than the fixed charges, then they may have to check whether there is a theft. Okay, because there is also on the bill, there is also a number given where you can report theft, because it may happen sometimes, and that is what we have seen, that when your premises are locked, okay, what is done many times by the roadside vendors, etc., they tap from your meter, okay, and you may not know that your meter, this meter is being used for that purpose. So I think this is something which you may have to get an electrician, get your installation checked to see that there is no theft of electricity, and if it is there, then you should report it in that case to the utilities, because we have got some such complaint that people have hardly any use, okay, in their house, but they are getting high reading, and we have found in such cases that some illegal tappings have been done by some these people, miscreants. So that point also is there, which need to be checked through by bringing an electrician, check your wiring.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Shalini Sippy, if you could pose your question next.
I have a BST connection, and I have not been receiving my bills ever since the beginning of the lockdown. My question is, when I get my bill, will I have to pay late payment charges? And the other thing is, where can I check my bill? And the due date for that bill I presume will be after that, so that I don't have again go into a late payment.
See, on your bill there is this given your office, the commercial office, where you can go and contact. Okay. Anyway, see, if you go even to the website and put your CA number, your customer the number, in that case you will be able to see each of your bill. Even you could have seen it during the lockdown period. Even that is possible. So on the website there is a provision for seeing your bill even if you don't get it at home, because they were not able to send it to your home because their meter readers were not there, and meter delivery people were also not there. But there is a provision on the website. So that is there. And what you can do is, if any this one is there, please contact the commercial officer, okay, in charge of that. And I don't think for these 3 months now, the lockdown period, they will charge you any late payment charges, because there have not been any this from their side, the bill submission to you during that time. So I don't think they will do that. You can go and plead your case, and I think they will take care of that.
Thank you, sir. There's a question from Asha Bharat. You mentioned about EMI, but there is no communication from BEST. Is there any communication sent by them?
I don't know about communication from BST, but definitely this is a order issued by the regulatory commission, and all utilities are bound by that. So, consumers definitely have the right to pay this increased bill in 3 equal installments without any late fee or any penalty. And I'm sure BST would accept that installment bill.
There is a question from Meera. What if the meter displayed is blank or stopped? How has MSEDCL handled such cases during the lockdown period and the period thereafter?
This is definitely a case of faulty meter, and during faulty meter cases, MSEDCL or all utilities issue bill on average basis, and then they are supposed to replace the meter or modify the meter, and then once the meter is modified, then subsequent to that, bills would be issued based on actual consumption. So if MSEDCL has not taken cognizance of faulty meter as yet, then it would be good for the consumer to lodge a formal complaint with MSEDCL and take a proof of it, so it becomes handy if there is any dispute about what was the actual consumption during that period.
Thank you, sir.
And again, I would just say that the booklet that I mentioned, which is available on Prayas website, gives detailed procedures and forms about how to lodge this complaint, what are consequences of faulty meter, who is responsible for replacement of meter, whether consumer is responsible for paying cost of it. So many of these details are available in the booklet, and the booklet is based on the directives or regulations specified by MERC. So utilities are bound to follow those regulations. So one can actually look at that booklet and then take subsequent steps.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a question from the raised hand also. Mr. Parag Joglekar, if you could pose your question.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so actually I have a generic question. Thing is that, like, as it was nicely explained how the bills are calculated, but I find a basic problem in that there had been average consumption bills on average consumptions for April, May, June. Say maybe it was calculated in that April, May, June. 180 into 3 should have been deducted from the units consumed in when it is calculating in July. Then the slab would have come down, and then it would have given the corrected bills. Like, instead of just reducing those amounts, it should have reduced the units those are consumed, and then it should have calculated, because of that many slabs have gone higher. Like, instead of people in 300 to 500 slab, they are 500 to or even more, and where the rate of unit is much higher. That's the basic problem in the calculation of the bills for the after lockdown. That's what I see.
As I explained in my presentation, actually the method that is applied by utilities is as what you are expecting or as what you just explained. For example, if there is 1800 units consumption over 3 months, then the first step that utilities do is they spread that 1800 units over 3 months, so 600 units per month, and then these 600 units are apportioned to different slab. First 100 units will go for 0 to 100 units, which will be charged at much lower rate. Subsequent 200 units will be charged at little higher rate. So that's how slab wise billing is calculated. Then they arrive at the total bill based on correct meter reading, and then out of this total bill, whatever is the bill that is already paid by consumers on average basis, that is deducted. So the complete benefit of slab wise rate structure is provided in the methodology that is adopted by utilities, and that's what I have explained in my slides. So maybe when we share the presentation, it will be more clear, but definitely slab wise benefit is given while calculating bill.
In the chat, we have received a couple of people who have sent their presentation and Excel sheets. We won't be able to take up individual cases right now. So we'll share all the correspondence for you where you can send the bills and we can get it analyzed. But for now, we'll have to keep the questions a little generic. There are a couple of questions that people have asked. What is the check that the meter is working correctly, or how can we find out if the meter is faulty, if it's faulty or not? So, sir, if any of you can help us with this.
Yes, one thing is there are a couple of simple checks that one can do to understand whether the meter is grossly faulty. One is you can switch off all your electric points. If you have main switch, then just switch off mains in the house and see whether there is any reading or whether there is any increasing reading at the meter. If that is the case, then definitely there is something amiss in terms of wiring, whether it may be earthing fault or whether somebody is actually stealing electricity. So this is the first and very simple check. The second check is on all these utilities websites, you will find what is called as consumption estimation calculator. So depending on number of appliances that you have in your house and hours of usage of each of these house, you can estimate what would be your typical monthly consumption, and then you can compare your actual consumption based on your actual appliance ownership and usage pattern with the bill that you have received or the consumption that is considered for billing that is shown on the meter. So these are two simple ways in which you can validate whether the meter is faulty or no. If after these two checks one feels that the meter is still faulty, then there is again a provision in terms of applying to the utility and asking utility to undertake complete technical testing of the electricity meter, and that procedure is also given mostly on their website or in the booklet that I just mentioned. So these are three steps or three step approach that consumer can adopt.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. You can also see whether what has been your average reading in the past, okay, your readings in the past. And if you find that there has been no change in your connected load, whatever load you are using is same, and in spite of that, your reading is either gone higher or lower, continuously for 2-3 months, if you observe that, then you can ask for checking of this one. Because as Mr. Dixit explained, there could be leakage, etc., which will either increase your reading, or if the meter is faulty, it may show lower reading. So even if your reading is showing lower, it is always better to complain, and get your meter checked, because it can happen that if the utility comes to know, because they also watch your reading. If they find that your reading has been continuously low, for some time, then they may come and check your meter. And in that case, when they check the meter and if they replace the meter, then they may ask you to pay additional charge. So instead of having that dispute, it is always better to keep your, check your reading every month to see that it is not, going too high or too low compared to your past readings. So because this is what we have seen, people normally keep mum when the readings are lower, okay, for some time, and then when the utility comes and changes the meter, and then they say for last 6 months you pay, okay, then the dispute arises. So to avoid that dispute, it is always better to ensure. That is why they give you readings for the entire year. Okay, what has been your reading for the entire year? So you can always check, whether your reading has been going astray, higher or lower, before asking for meter checking. Thank you.
बहुत सारे लोगों ने सवाल पूछा है MSEB के बारे में, महाडिस्कॉम के बारे में. See, Mahadiscom has a very fantastic mobile app. If you register with that app, I mean, anybody can use that app, irrespective of whether your mobile number is linked with your electricity meter or no. You can use that app, and it's a fabulous app. You just need to have your consumer number mentioned in the app. At the same time, MSEB also has a website. So if you can just log into the website, you can check every detail. whatever details you want to check whether, and as Mr. Dixit has said that during the lockdown period, they had also sent a message that you can submit your meter reading. That facility is also available. So if you think there is some issue with the meter reading or there is some problem with your bill, you can go to this app or you can go to this website of Mahadiscom and check it out. Okay, Arvind?
Yes, sir. Thank you. So there is a question from Mr. Sachin Khadilkar. He is asking, although MSEDCL has sent out messages that consumers can pay in 3 installments, none of the online payment methods, be it MSEDCL or Bheem app, allow to make a partial payment. So has anyone succeeded in making partial payments? So I think you will have to reply to that in chat. You'll have to show that reply to everyone. So we won't, so that you don't send it to me and you'll have to show it to everyone. Meanwhile, we can take another question from this one.
So is Shantanu or going to answer that? Does anyone know? Mr. Shenoy, does anyone know whether people have been able to pay EMI?
No, at least I am not aware. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
the
think
same question is being asked about Adani as well. There is someone who's asked it. So has anyone been able to pay in 3 EMIs, and what do they do in order to be able to pay in EMI?
No, we are not aware. We'll have to check that.
Shantanu, do you want to take that? Is there an
I
answer?
think this is important question, whether online payment mechanism is adapted to this, installment payment. And if not, I think this is something that definitely we need to bring to notice of regulator as well as utilities, that they should make a very clear, feature or, facility in online payment mechanism. In terms of actual payment at the cash collection center, I don't know of any consumer who has actually paid that. But this is something that is, in fact, the learning from this webinar, that we need to check whether MS utilities are actually allowing that feature or no.
Yeah. I think Mr. Datar can check up with Tata Power because he is on the CGRF, so he can check up this point. Yeah, he has said, I will do that.
I'll do that. One more thing I will just check out in short. If we are using the bill payment facility for any banking or something like that, then what happens is that the bill registered on our bank website or any wallet, they give the actual amount raised by a particular utility. And so by default that amount, entire amount comes to us. But if you go to the website of the particular discount and make an online payment, then you have the option to change the amount. You can pay this. But our question is that how much EMI that discount will offer? That remains unanswered for the time being. Thank you.
So there is a question that somebody has asked that were the wheeling charges and the electricity duty informed prior to the people? Were they informed to the consumers before? So has there been any notification on that, or were people informed about that?
Yes, as I said, billing charges are also part of tariff component and tariff approved by the regulatory commission. So billing charges are also determined through the public process, and these are part of the tariff that is finally notified or approved by the regulatory commission. So there is nothing like surprise element in that.
Thank you, sir. So there is a question which Mr. Rajan has asked. We have a complaint about meter reading. However, every time it is closed by MSEDCL without a physical check. I think Yogesh sir has just mentioned that you could also check out the online option. He just mentioned about the app that you could check out and you could use that. So maybe that is something that you could try. So we'll take one last question. We also have to wrap up. Somebody is talking about Adani Electricity, that their number is invalid. So how can they register a complaint? The number 19122 prompts a response that it is not valid. So any other means for people to try with Adani?
I think if you check your bill, so on the bill, all the numbers are given, all the numbers are mentioned, and there are alternate numbers as well. So just check, because this number which you are saying is just 5-digit number. So I doubt if this is correct number. But just check your bill. There may be some other numbers given, and also the email ID. We can contact them.
Okay, so we can check with Mr. Rakesh Modi if you can pose your question.
हेलो
Yeah.
हेलो हाँ मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाहता हूँ ये अभी अनलॉक हो गया है और अभी आके मीटर चेक कर सकते हैं, एंड जो जितने महीने का जो लास्ट जो फरवरी का था, जो मार्च, उधर से जो है यूनिट्स लेकर डिवाइड बाय 4-5 मंथ्स करके एवरेज आ जाएगा, एंड फ्रॉम दैट कैलकुलेट करके आप एक्चुअल बिल दे सकते हैं एमएसईबी। तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है?
बिल्कुल वैसा ही हो रहा है। जहां जहां पे भी अनलॉक अभी शुरू हो चुका है, जहां पे मीटर रीडिंग पॉसिबल है, वहां पे जाके मीटर रीडिंग लिया जा रहा है। और जैसे आपने बताया कि वो पूरे अनलॉक का जो भी एवरेज बिलिंग का पीरियड था उसके ऊपर स्प्रेड आउट करके स्लैब वाइज बेनिफिट दे के फिर एक्चुअल मीटर रीडिंग के ऊपर का बिल तैयार किया जा रहा है।
Thank you, sir. So I think we will have to end it right now. So I just wanted to take a moment and thank Shantanu sir, Shenoy and Datar sir for being with us here today and for clarifying a lot of these things. I know a lot of you have had questions and you've been posing it. We haven't been able to address them. But my colleague will share a couple of details on which you can pose to us. So thank you, sir. Thank you all of you for taking the time today and for joining us.